And then you're going to have to acknowledge that we're recording. All right. We are going to find a comfortable place to put ourselves this morning for our practice. And of course, if you're not practicing in the morning, whatever time of day it is that you are practicing, you can come into a comfortable seat. If you like, you can find child's pose. If you like, you can lay down if you like. Just go ahead and find a comfortable place to put your body, to settle in, and to ground and center. Once you've arrived there, an invitation to close the eyes, an invitation to breathe deep into the belly and feel your body. And on the next breath, notice the ground under the body. Notice the sensations against the skin. Notice the feeling of your clothing. Notice the feeling of the air. Notice the sounds in your space, or maybe no sounds in your space. For our practice today, and something I'm working through, is from a book called Pocket Full of Miracles. And so I just want to offer this thought, this idea here for January the 9th. Mind and body are so intimately related that they form a body-mind unit. When the body is relaxed, the mind slows down. When the mind slows down, the body relaxes. Before your practice and throughout the day, remembering to stretch the body allows the mind to be spacious. And so throughout our practice, we will stretch and pause to recharge and meditate on the breath. And throughout the day, an invitation to you to take a big letting go breath, a few moments. So if you like, breathe in fully through the nose. Exhale, let the breath go through the mouth. 2 more times, just like that. Breathing in fully through the nose. Exhale, letting out the mouth. 1 more time. Breathing in fully through the nose. And exhaling out through the mouth. Perhaps with a smile and offering gratitude. An invitation to you to create an intention for your practice or a dedication, whatever that may be, whether it's a word, a mantra, or a prayer, or maybe just a feeling. From wherever we are, let's take our time to move slowly into tabletop pose, coming to hands and knees. And on hands and knees, we'll start to cat-cow the spine. So move slowly. Let the head, the neck relax. Big breathing. stretching our body, waking up the back body. If you notice that you feel some interesting stretch or sensation at some point through this motion of undulation of the spine, you can stay there and breathe into it, especially across the upper back and shoulders. Use the ground under the hands and press through the arms all the way into the floor to help engage the body. If you like, start to figure eight around through your cat and cow, moving a little bit more organically. Continuing to breathe deeply. Let's reverse the direction. Notice what's coming up as you move. And take one more breath, one more movement here. And then on the next breath, let's make our way back to center. We'll come into our spinal balance practice now. Extend the right leg, flex the foot, toes on the floor, and then inhale, float the toes up off of the ground. Lift the belly button towards the spine to engage the core. Extend the left arm out away from the body, finding balance here. Once you know what's happening, gaze down at the mat or the floor. Take a big breath in. As we exhale, draw elbow and knee together. Inhale to reach out. Exhale to draw elbow and knee together. Inhale to reach out. Exhale to draw the elbow and knee together. Inhale out. Exhale, elbow and knee together. One more time. Place the hand back on the floor. And then on the next breath, draw the knee, that is the right knee to the right elbow, and extend out behind the body. Good. Draw, inhale, knee to elbow, exhale back. 3 more times. Maybe look at the knee as it comes towards the elbow, creating a little crunch in the side body. Good. One more. Excellent. Release the leg down to the ground. Press the hips to the heels. Come into child's pose, balasana. Take a big breath in to charge the body. And exhale the breath out. Recharging, regenerating. Use the next inhale to come back up into our tabletop pose. And we'll find our spinal balance now on the other side, extending the left leg, flex the foot, engage the belly button to the spine. Lift the foot up off the floor. On the inhale, reach the right arm out, finding our spinal balance. And now let's add the breath and find some movement. Inhale fully. Exhale, elbow, knee, touch or close together. Inhale to reach out. Exhale, drawing in. And then reaching back out. Coming together for 3. Coming together for 2. And coming together one more time. Exhale the hand back to the ground, keeping the left leg lifted. On the next breath, inhale, draw the left knee towards the left elbow, maybe look at the leg, and exhale it back behind the body. Inhale to touch, exhale to release. Inhale. Good. Exhale. 2 more times. One more time. That's the last time. Release the leg. Child's pose. Sit the hips back to the heels. Let the head hit the ground. Whatever you do with your arms is up to you, whether you want to stretch them out away from the body or wrap them around the body. Take a big breath, charging yourself, recharging yourself with energy. And on the next breath, if the arms are not already extended out in front of you, reach the arms out. Let's draw the belly along the floor and lift up into a baby cobra or sphinx, opening across the front body. Breathing into the chest. Gazing in whatever direction feels good for your neck. We'll slowly shift into downward dog from here. Through tabletop, create a grip through the hands, through the pads of the fingers. Curl the toes under, and then lift the knees up. Keep the knees bent as we press the chest towards the legs, so we're in a crouching down dog. And then slowly, 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 lengthen the legs out. Let the head, the neck relax. And if it feels good in your body, you can move around in this downward dog. Perhaps send the left heel to the ground as you bend the right knee, and then switch. 1 breath per movement. We're pedaling the feet here, moving slowly to stretch out the backs of the legs, to stretch out the calf muscle, to stretch out the hamstrings, and perhaps even noticing and feeling a stretch across the bottom of the foot. Let's take 1 more breath in our downward facing dog. And now we'll come into forward fold dangling. So keep the head low and either step, hop, or walk the hands and the feet together. If you like here, you can grab opposite elbows. You can wrap the arms around the feet or behind the legs if that's your preference. I like to keep a soft bend in my knees here while I'm still getting warmed up. And once we've made a shape with our body to open and stretch, let's feel the ground under the feet. And then have the sense of breathing up through the bottoms of the feet, up the backs of the legs, and exhaling down and out through the upper back and the shoulders, out through the crown of the head. Inhaling up through the bottoms of the feet, up the back body. Exhaling down and out through the shoulders, through the crown of the head. Let's stay here for 1 more breath. And on the next inhale, taking our time to come up to standing. Let the head be the last thing that comes up. As our blood pressure is adjusting, continue to press the feet down into the ground. And eventually Feeling ourselves arriving upright and stepping to the top of our mat. Roll the shoulders down and away from the ears. And the arms can be in Tadasana beside the body, palms facing forward, or Pranamasana with the hands together at heart center. And we'll engage what's called Ujjayi breathing. So feel yourself pulling up from the pelvic floor and pulling up through the belly button. And then slightly feel a constriction in your throat. Close the mouth, breathe in and out through the nose. Hear the sound of your breath wave. Hear the guidance of your inner teacher through the breath. And remember that as we practice, everything I say is an invitation, and that you should follow the guidance of your inner teacher, especially when that voice is telling you to stop and rest or to make a modification or an adjustment. Let's begin our practice of sun salutations now. With the next breath, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Let the hands find the ground, even if you need to bend the knees a lot. Then step the right foot back. Drop the knee to the floor, come into low lunge, send the pelvis forward, lift the gaze. Step back to plank pose, top of our push-up position. Remember, plank can be practiced with the knees on the floor. Drop the knees, the chest, and the chin to the ground into an inchworm shape. And then slide onto the belly. Lift up into Cobra, Bhujangasana, or Sphinx pose. With our exhale, press back into downward facing dog. If you like, you can come into child's pose first. Take one breath in downward dog. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. And now release the right foot. Swing the right foot up between the hands. If it doesn't quite make it, you can move it or slide your left foot back. Drop the back knee to the ground. Low lunge, send the pelvis forward and lift the gaze. On the next breath, come back to forward folding at the top of the mat, Uttanasana. With the next inhale, return to standing. Reach the arms up, stretch up through the fingertips. And exhale, hands to the heart. Let's take a big breath here, charging up our bodies. Charging up our mind space for whatever lies ahead. On the next breath, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. This time, step back to low lunge with the left foot first. Send the pelvis forward, lift the gaze. Beautiful. Step back to plank pose, top of our push-up position. Exhale to lower knees, chest, and chin. And then slide onto the belly to open the front body in Cobra or Sphinx. Good. Exhale, shift the body back. Finding downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana for one breath. Inhaling fully. Exhaling completely. Now release the left foot. Swing the left foot up between the hands. Low lunge. Drop the back knee. Send the pelvis forward. Lift the gaze. With new breath, Come to forward fold. Stretching out the back body. Use the next inhale, return up to standing, lifting the arms over the head, stretching through the fingertips. Exhale, float the hands down to the heart space. Beautiful. Take a breath here. Feel the connection of the feet with the earth. Surya Namaskar A. Continue your Ujjayi breathing. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, release, come to plank, step, hop, or float. Inhale to engage the core, lifting the belly button to the spine. Exhale, lowering, chaturanga, hug the elbows into the side body, or move through 8-point bow. On the inhale, this time, upward dog, or cobra, or sphinx, to open the front body. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take one breath here. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Use the breath, return to the top of the mat, stepping, hopping, or floating to Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up the arms. Exhale, drop the hands down to the heart space. Beautiful. Take a charging breath. Inhaling and exhaling. One more round of Surya Namaskar A. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, finding length. Exhale, release to plank. Finding our strength. Lower with the exhale into chaturanga. Open the front body with your inhale. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Continue to press and grip through the pads of the fingers. Let the head and neck relax. Take one big breath. Beautiful. On the next breath, return to forward fold. Inhale, lift the body up to stand, reach the arms up overhead, stretch through the fingertips. Exhale, hands float into the heart space. Pausing here for a moment. If you want to, close your eyes or soften the gaze and return to the intention or dedication you set for your practice. Reaffirming it with your breath. Beautiful. Let's come into a warrior sequence now. On our next inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Warrior one, step the right foot back. Reach the arms out, draw the shoulder blades together, and then lift the arms up. Deepen the bend in the front knee. Take a breath. Inhale and exhale. On the next breath, drop the hands down to the heart space. Find balance in warrior three. This is just like spinal balance, but standing on the left leg. Lifting the right leg up and off of the floor, extending through the crown of the head. And now release into forward fold, placing the hands on the ground in front of you, and then stepping the right foot back beside the left, finding our forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, finding length in the spine. Exhale, coming into plank pose, stepping or hopping back. Inhaling to engage and then exhaling, lowering chaturanga or 8-point bow. Open the front body. Good. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in down dog. On the next breath, come back to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale up to standing. Reaching the arms up, stretching up. Exhale the hands to the heart. Beautiful. Pause for a breath. On the next breath, inhale, reach up the arms. Fold forward on the exhale. Good. Halfway lift. Exhale, release. Stepping back this time with the left foot. Come into warrior one. Press down through the outer edge of the back foot. Lift the arms up straight out in front of you, parallel to the ground, and then lift the fingertips all the way up. Deepen the bend in the front knee. Big breath in. Big breath out, settling into the pose. Good. Find balance now in warrior three. Shorten the lever, bring the hands to the heart space. And then slowly start to stand on the right leg. The left leg lifts up off the ground. Finding our balance point here. Good. Release back to forward fold. Place the hands on the floor. Step the feet together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to plank and find your flow. If you don't want to flow, if you need to rest, just rest. We'll let ourselves land in downward dog or come into child's pose. And then we'll take 3 big full breaths for ourselves. Just to pause and stop and center. Good. If you landed in child's pose, go ahead, make your way back into down dog. We're gonna find our 3-legged dog now. So on the next breath, sweep the right leg up, bend the knee, stack the hip, good. And now step the right foot up between the hands, and then we'll open into warrior two, facing the long edge of our mats. Press down into the feet, press down into the shoulders. Relax the face. Squeeze the fingers together and gaze down and out over the right arm. Dancing warrior here, flip the right hand up. Exhale, reach back. Good. Inhale through center, coming into extended side angle pose. Beautiful. Twice more. Inhale, reaching back. Exhaling up and over into extended side angle. One more time, and this time we'll pause and hold our angle pose. If you like to come into a bind, go ahead. Rotate the heart space open. Continue to press into the feet. On the next breath, come back up into warrior two. Go ahead, take the bend out of the front knee for triangle pose preparation. Inhale, lift up both arms. Exhale, side bend and reach out over the right leg. Try to rotate open and stretch as far as you can, and then open the arms like wings. Beautiful. Press down into the outer edge of the back foot. Take one more breath. And let's return into warrior two. Finding our balance now, Ardha Chandrasana pose. Follow the right fingertips over to the floor or to your block. Lifting up the left leg, flex the foot. And then bringing the left fingertips to the armpit, reach the arm up. Doing this little action helps to ensure that the arm is properly aligned. Maybe a soft bend in the standing leg. Take one more breath. Good. And then release. Come back into warrior two. If you like, you can place the fingertips on the floor. And now we'll find our lizard lunge stretch. So big breath in. Exhale, both hands to the ground, inside of the foot. Pivot onto the back toes. Maybe walk the right foot towards the long edge of the mat. Slide the hips back and forth a bit, and then lower the back knee. It's up to you whether or not you like to uncurl your toes. You can stay here in your lizard or start to drop down onto the left forearm. If you still have space, dropping down onto the right forearm. If you have a deeper practice, go ahead. And staying here for about 5 breaths. Breathing into the hips. Two more breaths. Good. Slowly release the pose. Bring your body back up. And now this is going to be a little bit of an awkward transition. Heel toe the foot towards the center of the mat so that we are able to come into a low lunge here with pinwheel shaped legs. We're going to do our twist now. So we want our legs to be about in this shape. If you like, you can lift the back knee up off the ground. Open the arms out to the side wide and then twist the left elbow outside of the right knee. Make a fist with the top hand. Place it in the left hand. Wrap the fingers around. Good. So you can lift up the back knee here or keep it on the floor. If you don't like this arm variation, you can open the arms like wings and have the left hand on the ground or blocked, and the right arm lifting up. Taking one more breath. Good, and now release both hands to the mat. Step back into your plank or with the knees on the floor. Lower down to the ground through your 8-point bow or your chaturanga. Open the front body and let yourself land once again, either in downward facing dog or in child's pose for about 3 breaths of rest. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Feel like the breath is charging you up for whatever is next in your day. And if you have been resting in child's pose, go ahead, transition into downward facing dog into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good. And then on the next breath, 3-legged dog. Inhale, lift up the left leg, bend the knee, stack the hip. And we'll come into warrior 2 now on the other side. Step the left foot up between the hands. Open up to the long edge of the mat, finding our warrior 2 pose. Good. In warrior 2 here, press down through the feet, press down through the shoulders, squeeze the fingertips together. Feel the strength in the pose. Try to relax the face, relax the jaw. Good. On the next breath, reversing our warrior to come into dancing warrior. Flip the left hand up, exhale, and reach back. Inhale, come up through center. Exhale, over. Extended angle pose. Inhale, up and back. Good. Exhale, come over. Beautiful. One more time. Good. Pause and hold here for a few breaths in your angle pose, finding your bind if you like. Rotating the heart space open. One more breath. Release the pose, come back into warrior 2. Take the bend out of the front knee. Good. Preparation for Trikonasana, triangle pose. Inhale, both arms up, press the shoulders down. Exhale, reach out and over the leg. Stretch through the side bodies, try to rotate open, and then open the arms like wings. Good. 3 big breaths here. Beautiful. On the next breath, let's release the pose, coming back into warrior 2. And now find balance in Ardha Chandrasana, this time following our left hand over to the floor or to our block. The right leg lifts up. Good. And to, again, try to find alignment with your right arm by dropping the fingertips to the armpit and then re-extending the arm. It helps us prevent from swinging this arm back here out of alignment. One more breath. Release back to warrior 2. Maybe place the right fingertips on the floor to help find balance as we return to the pose. Good. And now coming into our lizard lunge stretch. Take a big breath in. Exhale, both hands to the floor on the inside of the left foot. Pivot onto the back toes, move the left foot towards the long edge of the mat, slide the hips back and forth a bit. Good. Drop the back knee. And from here, stay here. The hands can also be on blocks or drop down onto the right forearm. And maybe left forearm if there's space. And if you know a deeper variation for yourself, go ahead. Beautiful. Take 5 breaths. Noticing whatever there is to notice. Staying for one more breath. Good. And now bring the body up. Awkward transition to move the left foot towards the center of the mat. And bring our legs back into a pinwheel shape for our twist, our revolving lunge. With an inhale, open the arms wide out to the side, and then exhale, twist. Bring the right elbow outside of the left knee, palm open. Make a fist with the left hand, place it in the palm, wrap the fingers around, good. From here, you can stay or lift the back knee off the floor. And again, if this arm variation is too much, just open the arms, placing the right hand on the floor or the block and lifting the left arm open. Stay here for a couple more rounds of breath. One more breath. And now release the pose, both hands to the floor. You can find your flow or find rest, whatever seems to make sense for your body in this moment. Letting yourself once again land in either down dog or child's pose. And wherever you are, let it be a place of rest. Soften the gaze or close the eyes. Mentally repeat the intention that you set for your practice today. And we'll slowly start to make our way over and onto our back now to do a few final finishing poses. So starting out with our practice of Sarvangasana, bridge pose and or shoulder stand. So we're going to do 10 breaths. You can do all 10 in one pose, or you can do 5 and 5. So I'm going to lead us, or I'm going to do 5 breaths first in bridge pose, and then 5 breaths in shoulder stand pose. So if you're coming into bridge, laying on the floor, bringing both feet flat to the floor, and then inhaling, lifting the hips up off the ground, pressing the hands down into the floor or interlace the hands under the body. Continue to lift up onto the shoulders, pressing the hips upward. You can continue to practice this pose or transition into shoulder stand. Extending both legs up to the ceiling, flexing the feet, and then rocking up onto the shoulders. Place the hands at the lower back, under the lower ribs. Wiggle the elbows and the shoulders close together. Squeeze the inner thighs. Stretch up through the legs. Point the toes if you like, and look up towards the big toes or close the eyes. Good. And then we'll release. Either hug the knees into the chest or drop into plow, reaching the toes behind the head. And now coming into Matsyasana fish pose. So with the hips lifted off the ground a bit, try to make a triangle between the thumb and index finger of each hand and place that triangle shape under your sacrum or as close as you can to your sacrum. Rock the legs out away from the body, extend the legs out. Good. And then drop down onto one forearm, then the other forearm. Wiggle into place, press down into the forearms. The chest will lift. And then reach back through the crown of the head. The crown of the head may or may not reach the floor. My head is hovering just above the floor. Big stretch across the front body and across the throat in this pose. On the next breath, release, land on the back, and take a breath fully, completely in a Shavasana pose. Let's finish out our practice today with figure four stretch into spinal twist. Bending both legs, cross the right ankle in front of the left knee, and then lift the legs up and into the body here. Good. Now release the hands, putting the left foot on the floor. You can either uncross your right leg or cross the right thigh all the way over the left thigh. Take the left hand and draw both knees down and over to your left side. Open your right arm out to the right. And if it's okay in your neck, turn the head, look out over that right arm. Beautiful. On the next breath, release the pose back to center. If you cross the legs, obviously, uncross the legs. Okay, let's switch sides. Pick up the left foot, cross the left ankle in front of the right knee. Draw both legs in. Figure four stretch. Pressing the left knee into the body as we press the right knee away from the body. Breathing into the hips. Breathing into wherever you feel the sensations. On the next breath, release the legs. Putting the right foot back to the floor, and then you can uncross or continue to cross the left thigh all the way over. Use the right hand, draw both knees down to the right side. Open the left arm, turn the head gazing out over the left arm. Take one more breath. Beautiful. Now release, unwind from the twist. Hug the knees up into the chest. Rock a little bit from side to side. If you like, climbing happy baby for a few breaths, grabbing onto the feet, drawing the knees towards the armpits. And then finishing out your practice with whatever pose would feel good in your body today, whether that's a stretch, an inversion, or maybe a front body opening, a back bend. I'm gonna do Baddha Konasana, so I'm gonna rock myself up to seated. Draw the soles of my feet together in front of my body. It's better. Sit up tall and then exhale into it. Just find a place where you feel good for about 5 breaths. Wonderful. And then take another breath or two. Go ahead, start to wrap up the pose that you're doing. And gather anything that you need to make your Shavasana as comfortable as possible. Whether that's a blanket or a bolster or some pillows. And then lay down on the back body. You can always do legs up the wall for Shavasana if you like. Make sure the heart and the head are in the same plane. Resting on the back body. Wiggle the tongue around inside the mouth. Let it rest behind the lower set of teeth. Wiggle the jaw around. Relax the face. Beginning to release all the effort. Relax the toes. Relax the bottoms of the feet. Relax the hips. Relax the fingers. Relax the hands. Relax the chest. Relax the shoulders. Back of the head heavy. Upper back heavy. Hips heavy. Arms heavy. And legs heavy. Coming into the space of deep relaxation. Remembering that the body and mind are so intimately related, they form a body-mind unit. When the body is relaxed, the mind slows down. When the mind slows down, the body relaxes. Throughout the day, remember to stretch the body, allowing the mind to be spacious. On the next breath, wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Place the feet flat to the floor. Rub the palms of the hands together. When you feel like you have some warmth from the friction, place the hands over the eyes. Gently blink the eyes open into the hands to let the light in slowly. And now take your time, please, finding a comfortable seat. We'll close our practice. Closing our practice with the Shabad Guru, the sacred sound current Om, providing us with protection and peace. We'll allow those vibrations to resonate through us. You can just listen or make the sound out loud with me. Taking a big breath in. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. And that concludes our practice.